Salutations, ladies and germs. My name is Mr. Fox, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And today we are going to be looking at the Duty Bound, the Year 1 auto that has returned as a random roll this season. We got 41 in the magazine, 600 RPM, reload speed 68, handling 60, stability 50, range 51, and impact what you would expect from its archetype. In terms of origin traits, we could have Stunning Recovery. Stunning a champion partially refills your magazine and triggers health regen and improves recovery for a short duration, or Vanguard's Vindication final blows with this weapon grant a small amount of health. I wonder how that works on the Crucible. That'd be funny if it did. We also have Frenzy. Being in combat for extended time increases damage, handling, and reload for this weapon until you're outside of combat. Probably not going to activate a whole lot in its base form. And we have one of my newest favorite perks, Perpetual Motion. This weapon gains both stability and handling, as well as reload while the wielder is in motion, which you are almost always. In terms of the magazine, we could have got something a little better. We can choose between Tac Mag, or that slight increase stability, reload, and mag size, but we're going to go with Flared Mag. Well, we lose 2 bullets, but we gain a little more reload. In terms of the barrel, we could have Extended, increases the range, decreases handling, and moderately controls recoil, or we could go with more stability, more handling, but at the cost of some range, and I'd rather have that range. I feel like Frenzy is just a wasted perk. Like, even in PvE, I'd honestly rather just have Rampage. In PvP, it will never activate.
Enemy claimed Zone C.
Even though technically an entire Crucible match is combat. It would be broken if Frenzy recognized that as combat technically.
You captured Zone C.
Our gun has the accuracy of a drunken donkey trying to projectile vomit onto a pinpoint target. Now, can donkeys projectile vomit? No. I don't know. Maybe they can. Who knows? But hand cannons have more range and damage than us. Pulses, more range and damage, 720s, faster TTK. Honestly feel way the fuck better than 600s. Granted, I would never want another 600 RPM meta. That was bullshit, and we should never return to said meta. That said, this auto has been trash in every single one of its iterations. It was a terrible gun when it first was introduced. It was a terrible gun when they brought it back. Like, it just has nothing going for it. Range doesn't really have it. Stability feels kind of bumpy all over the place, even with a counterbalance stock. Maybe it's just the scope I'm using. Well, can't change the scope, so I was going to have this weird scope that bounces its red dot side around like it's, you know, one of those boxing things that you punch? It's like that. Nope! Motherfucker. Why does suppression affect your jump? Why? Don't worry, I hit him for 20 damage. He will fear us now.
Enemy has your zone. Zone B captured. You have advantage.
Like, the Duty Bound looks cool, but it's just painfully average. You're better off with the hand cannon, 720 autos, scouts, pulse rifles, probably a sidearm.
Zone C captured. That's a power play. You took them, now hold them.
Like, the only good perk on this gun is perpetual motion. That's it. That's all it has going for it.
A strong start. Fight on.
Oh sure, his melee hits. When I use it, it's like, nope, you gotta swing at least 4 times before your melee's, you know, registers on him, and by that point, you've been shot to holy hell, and, well... Don't you love how accurate my tether is? It's so accurate. It's so good. It's so good.
Zone B lost.
Like, if they're below you and you fire, you're not gonna hit. You just won't. Like, I don't know what it is with this gun. I don't know if it's the sight that makes it feel bad. Like, I briefly used my summoner, and that felt good. This thing, not so much.
3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong.
Like, it is just way too bouncy for my liking. I don't know what other perks this thing can roll. I mean, I got another one, but it had an even worse roll than this thing, so I faulted that or dismantled it, or I did something to it.
Zone C lost. Power play. Enemy has your zones. Zone B captured.
Oh fuck.
You're nearly there. Fight on and claim victory. Zone advantage.
Holy fuck. That should not have worked. I was convinced I was about to die.
Between you and victory.
Don't worry, I tagged him for 9!
That shut them
Oh
down.
shit, I did so much to earn that assist.
Zone advantage.
I was integral to killing that man.
Zone A
The
lost.
fuck?
They have advantage. I need a hunter like you with the red jack. You're a wall around those zones. Take that iron will.
No, 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 no. No, we were trash and we should feel like trash. Mainly because of this thing. Ugh. Ugh. Wanna bomb it every time I look at it. I'm never getting my... Yeah, kind of. So if you get the duty bound, is it worth your time? No. It's a terrible gun. It just sucks, okay? It sucks. Pretty much rule of thumb, if it's a Nightfall exclusive weapon, it's usually bad. Okay, even when they first introduced the Nightfall weapons, they weren't that good. Like, the best one was the hand cannon, and even then, hand cannons were kind of trash, so no one wanted it. And I'll be honest, when I reviewed this thing when it was a static roll during the 600 RPM meta, even then, even in the 600 RPM meta, this thing kind of struggled. Like, its stats they're just mid. They're meh. Yeah. Its range, not that great. Accuracy, again, not that great. Perk pool, like these, they're not going to help you at all. I wouldn't even bother wasting your time using this in the PvE. It's like, oh, but you get your mag partially refilled? Really? Partially? Only partially? Do you know how many bullets it takes to proc an overload SMG or auto? It's ridiculous. That should at least give you your full mag back. It's like, oh, a little health regen. Bitch, as you're proccing that, you're probably gonna die. Especially if you're in a pinch and you really need to stun that champion. It's not gonna do it. Just throw your nade on him. Way safer. This, I didn't even fucking notice it. Frenzy, never gonna come into play. You're time gating damage. Leave it to Bungie to time gate your perk. The rest of the content time gated wasn't enough. Even our perks are time gated now. Like, what the fuck? Ugh. Like, really, the only good thing on this gun was perpetual motion. Like, if you want an auto for PvE, you're better off with the crate. Or the one you can craft. What, Sweet Sorrow? Yeah, Sweet Sorrow's craftable. And is fucking good. In the Crucible. And probably in PvE. Who knows, but that thing was awesome. This, not so much. I felt like I had even less range than my 720s. I don't know how the duty bound managed to do that. I don't know if it's that fucking sniper rifle of a scope that makes it feel like you're more inaccurate than you actually are, because your red dot is just spazzing out in there, just throwing a tantrum while you're trying to aim. It bothers me. More than it should. Ugh. Yeah. It's so bad. I mean, not bad enough to not be infused into the Striga. Oh, you know what, mate? You can go on my shotty. How about that? Okay, you can go. Okay, unlock. Get the fuck out. Get on my face. So the answer to your question, no, it is most certainly not worth your time. Don't waste it. There are better guns you could be using. It gets out, like, fast rate of fire pulses, better than it. 390 pulses, better than it. Scouts, better. Hand cannons, better. Like, if every other weapon archetype in the game is better than you kind of gotta rethink your life choices. I'm just saying. Maybe if it can get headstone, that'd be cool to use in PvE. But, like, for me, it's just an I wouldn't use it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing day and stay classy.